The Merc with the mouth is going to need the luck of the Irish if he's going to survive Deadpool 2. I'm Sasha Pearl Raver, and this is Screen Junkies News. Deadline announced this morning that actor Jack Kesy, best known for his work as Gabriel Bolivar in FX's The Strain, has been cast as the villain in Deadpool 2. They continue saying that, quote, sources have pinpointed a character called Black Tom, end quote, which they believe will be the villain he is playing. And given Deadpool's comic book history with Black Tom, it wouldn't be a stretch to see the Irish-born baddie show up. Here to talk with me about this are the pots of gold at the end of my rainbow, Jay Washington and Charlie Feldman. That was great. Jay, when I said it, just went, hi, guys.
Hi, Sasha.
All right, so first things first, who is Black Tom Casey?
Cassidy.
Cassidy?
Because you just said his regular name.
Right, Jack Casey.
The actor, yeah.
Black
Jack
Tom
Casey.
Cassidy, he's a mutant who can manipulate, bond with, project energy through plant life. He's also capable of issuing concussive blasts with a wooden object. Normally, it's a shillelagh.
A shillelagh.
Now, if you don't know what a shillelagh is, it's a long wooden staff with a rounded end. For wrestling fans, you will know that from what Finley used and kept hitting Bobby Lashley in the neck with every single week. He's also once buddies with the Juggernaut, which is Charles Xavier's stepbrother. It gets weirder because he's also now, Black Tom Cassidy is the cousin to the X-Men's Banshee, Sean Cassidy. Now, he also is related to X-Force's Siren, who is Banshee's daughter.
Okay.
It's
getting complicated.
Raised her as his own.
Yeah, he raised. So what happens is they both were competing for a woman. I forgot Maeve's last name, and Maeve ends up dying. And she was pregnant and had the baby and couldn't reach Sean, Banshee. So Tom, being jealous because he lost all of the Cassidy estate to Sean in a dice game, he took his daughter.
Dice.
He was petty. He took Sean's daughter, raised her as his own, and never told her. So she becomes a criminal mutant, but she has the powers of her dad as well.
Interesting. So there is also a storyline with Black Tom, Deadpool, and Cable. Charlie, you want to tell people?
They have all interacted before in a very significant way to the character. So Cable shoots Black Tom, and to survive this sort of like horrible, horrible wound, they put this wood all over his arm, and it grows super fast, and they have to keep it from basically killing him. So what do? As you do, you cut off Deadpool's own arm, the entire arm, affix it to Black Tom to stop the spread of the wood, which is really good for him at first because he can use his powers himself instead of using a shillelagh, which, oh my God, he's the most Irish character. This movie's going to be wall-to-wall Irish stereotypes and jokes. Just get ready for it. So anyway, they cut off Deadpool's arm, and it's like stops it for a while, and then it becomes all sort of planty, woodsy, very man thing.
Very Groot.
It's a time.
I was going to say, so it's basically like a really scary mutant Groot.
Yeah, really short.
Or man thing.
Or
Man thing, that too.
No one gives love to man thing anymore.
No one
So
does.
I love this is Deadpool brought to you by Lucky Charms. I mean,
It's going to be like...
the puns are going to be higher than what you saw in one. Oh my God.
Just what I want to see. Have you ever seen Another Period on just the Irish song, the horribly offensive Irish song? That's what I'd like to see here.
we could probably
It'll
license it
happen.
for this. Okay, so we know who Black Tom Cassidy is. Who's Jack Kesy?
He's on The Strain.
Well, and so according to our research, he's on The Strain. He's in the upcoming Baywatch movie.
Look at that pout.
That he kind of looks like Nicolas Cage's son in that photo a little bit.
My dad is
We
gonna
should
find
be
out.
so lucky. Like, if he has Nick Cage anything.
So I saw Baywatch, and his part in Baywatch is extremely small. And
Do you remember him at all? Really?
Totally, a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
and he's pretty much laconic. Like, he never talks. I think he has like maybe 3 lines throughout the whole thing. So that is my only real. I did not watch The Strain, so I don't have any other knowledge of
He
him.
not
acquits
fully-
himself fine.
Okay.
He's not a. It's a fun character.
He's
The whole
not
thing
well
is sort
known,
of-
right?
No, he's not well known, which is why he is not the main villain here.
He is not.
There's no way.
He's no way.
Girl.
No
You
way.
don't think that
No,
they would
I
give
definitely-
Jack Kesy a breakout role in Deadpool 2?
Look,
you don't
people-
want to see Ryan Reynolds and Josh Brolin up against Jack Kesy?
No, I mean, not saying that. It's not that he's you need somebody at the forefront of this movie that's a villain that's going to be as big enough to draw people in as having a Josh Brolin and a Ryan Reynolds.
All right, well, let's speculate here, kiddies.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the actual villain, Charlie Feldman?
Well,
It sounded like I was saying you were the actual villain.
Sure. Charlie, are you the villain?
we should be so lucky. I think I would nail it.
You would.
I don't know who I'd be, but I know who I think Pierce Brosnan will be.
Ah,
Pierce
there we go.
Because Pierce Brosnan just happened to show up in a picture with him and Hugh Jackman, him being Ryan Reynolds, in a very like see no evil.
Hear no evil, speak no evil picture. That is
there's
that
no
infamous
way.
Instagram picture.
All right.
This didn't mean anything. This means something, and I think he's going to be Mr. Sinister. So does the internet, and I think we
Because
are set up for that.
Remember, everybody thought when we saw that picture, everybody's like, Pierce Brosnan is Cable?
Right.
We did it
Everybody
on
was-
SJ News. We did it.
Yeah.
We were like,
Everybody was like, is he Cable? And
It's
everybody's like, nah.
Sinister.
Everybody's like, nah, because
No.
we sure did cover it. It was like, nah, he's Mr. Sinister.
yeah.
He's Nathaniel Essex. That's exactly who. That's the big, because you'll have a Black Tom Cassidy because of the process that has to happen with him getting shot by Cable, the mutagenic gene with the trees and the plants. Who better than the Essex Corp to help stop this? And you introduce Nathaniel Essex. He's been a prominent villain to Cable, is a prominent villain to the X-Men, a prominent villain to Deadpool. It works.
Interesting. Well, we were talking about this before the show. It's not just that we're going to have multiple villains. There's also an opportunity to really open up and cross over into the X-Force here.
Right.
Where do you think that could happen, Charlie?
Well, we've got Siren. Siren is part of the X-Force. I see no reason why she can't be like a young adult maybe at this point. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do the age breakdown. And I also don't know how they're going to do, if they should do any sort of tie-in with the other X-Men movies, because in the timeline we had going, Banshee was born in 1940 and he died.
And he died. In Days of Future Past, when Magneto goes back to get his helmet after he's released and free from prison, you see like Angel's wings and different things. You see Banshee's chest plate. He's dead then. So it's like, again, does it happen? Is the timeline reset completely? Because remember, the end of X-Men Days of Future Past, all of a sudden Famke Jensen is there, of course, and James Marsden. You're like, okay.
I think we've got a splinter timeline situation,
Yeah.
so they can do. I mean, it's also Deadpool, and it's so meta that he can really do anything he wants. He can
He can
talk
make a
about
joke
how,
about it.
Did
Is it
you
just
die?
me?
Exactly.
Is it just me that every time we say splinter timeline, you just want Doc Brown to pop up and go, Marty, we got a new timeline? I just want to say that the timeline skewed into a. I just want a Doc Brown reference every time somebody talks about a timeline.
Well,
now.
if we do have a splinter timeline, that means that we could bring in other X-Men characters, other
very
X-Men
true.
villains.
Yes.
And we asked you guys online who you would want to see. Charlie, what are people saying?
I love you guys so much. You have some amazing ideas. We've got Sebastian J. Hughes who says, let's just throw in Sauron. Obviously, Deadpool should fight a giant pterodactyl, and I am with you.
I kind of want to see that Sauron. Oh my God, the Kyle Locos with him. He's regular. He absorbs mutant power. Regular people. He absorbs regular people to live. He's like a vampire, except when he absorbs.
Dino vampire.
He's a because
You're right.
he only becomes a dinosaur when he absorbs a mutant, though.
Yeah.
He touches
Oh,
a
yeah,
regular
that's
person,
right.
he's okay. He touches a mutant, he's like, I am Sauron.
him in the Savage Lands part of the cartoon is just.
It's just the
his voice
greatest
is
thing.
So great. So we've got some other great ideas. We've got Kent Toledo who says Omega Red would be fun. And then Stephen Roberts, who wants to see the world burn, says Batman.
Kill
I like
them
that.
all.
I appreciate that. Okay, so if this isn't a splinter timeline, chances they would bring Vinnie Jones back for Juggernaut?
I think they should.
I just want to see him just to say that one line. Just to say the only line he has to say. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. He's got to say it. That's it. That's all you bring Vinnie Jones back, just for that.
I like the idea that Juggernaut would be back in general. If it's him, that'd be great. If not, I think just the character would make a lot of sense.
And have Ryan Reynolds talk about that. Oh, you using the line from an internet video? Oh, how cute.
They're such besties. Look at them.
Just to have Ryan Reynolds say
Friends.
everything pun related to the characters, because you know he'll do it.
Because you know it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Knocks up the shillelagh.
Just like,
I love that.
On the Juggernaut
How
helmet.
many times have we said shillelagh? I feel like that from now on, if there's not a shillelagh joke at least once a SJ News episode, apparently 8. The count is 8.
We have 8
According to
shillelagh
producer
jokes.
Justin, we have 8 shillelagh. Now we're up to 10.
now listen,
Just
if
in
that
time
was
for-
just time for.
Just in time for what?
I was just gonna say, Lucky Charms has an all marshmallow.
Oh, I know, I'm dying. I'm
See?
dying.
And they
dying
don't have a
of
shillelagh
happiness.
in the Lucky Charms.
But you know
Brandon.
what? That's what the Cheerio is. In many ways, the Cheerio is the shillelagh of Lucky Charms.
And that is 11.
11. And from now on, I've thrown down the gauntlet, the Juggernaut gauntlet. We need to say Shillelagh at least once a show.
Sasha the Shillelagh Pearl.
Sasha the Shillelagh Raver.
Well, before we beat ourselves over the head with this joke anymore, we want to know what X-Men villain would you like to see? Do you think we're right about Pierce Brosnan? And what other characters do you think we could introduce into this world? Let us know in the comments below. You can tweet us at SJ News. Make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, you can always click here for more Screen Junkies news. Don't hit yourself with a shillelagh. Have a good day.